Bonjour mes étudiants. Okay, so well, first of all, it's 10 o'clock at night, and I just got out of class and taught, so it's been a long day. But we're gonna make a little video just to help you guys understand some stuff before you do the Unit 1 test. Now that means you still need to make sure you're doing all the modules, making sure you're really taking good, solid notes on for module masteries, and that you're still there's plenty. That one thing I do want to stress though that maybe I didn't say it, maybe I haven't stressed it enough, is just because you have the modules and you have the information provided to you doesn't mean you can't use other resources. The internet is full of resources that if you don't understand, maybe you don't understand the difference between vous and tu en français, you can literally go to most websites and look stuff up. Now, that being said, yes, we don't want you using Google Translator, but that doesn't mean if you don't understand something, you can't go look and maybe try to see if another resource will help you understand it better. Um, if you go to my collaboration space, there is a section in there where I have like about 80 documents on grammar and excusez-moi, and quite a few videos on grammar as well as pronunciation and just different grammatical tactics. So if you want to check that out, that'd be awesome because it'll help you do a lot better in certain topics. So what I'm going to talk about right now is a few of the basic French things. So when I'm doing this, because I'm one person, this will be one person, so bonjour, and this will be another person, bonjour. All right, so just listen for cognates. A cognate, which is pretty important, cognate, a cognate is a word, cognate, is a word that sounds both the same in French and English. An example, meaning a word that you would hear for the first time as a non-French speaker, you'd probably still be able to know what it means in English. For example, américain. The word Américain, most people can probably figure out that means American. Another one would be jouer au baseball. You might not know what jouer means, obviously, but baseball is pretty obvious that we're talking about the word baseball, right? So that's a cognate. So that's the first thing you want to listen to whenever you're hearing when you're hearing the different modules speak and all of that. So here's a very basic conversation. This video is going to be about 10 minutes long because I really want to make sure I explain some of the stuff in this unit. So we have bonjour, bonjour, ça va? Ça va très bien. Ça va très bien. Et toi? Ça va comme ci, comme ça. Comme ci, comme ça. Comment t'appelles-tu? Je m'appelle Pierre. Et toi? Je m'appelle Christophe. Au revoir, au revoir. So, in that dialogue, we had bonjour, right? But in this dialogue, I was using an informal dialogue, meaning there are people that were either around the same age or they knew each other. You could know that because I did stuff like comment t'appelles-tu and comment ça va, and yeah. So when in terms of informal versus formal, so what that means is in French, and if you speak Spanish, you're probably familiar with this, and most languages do this already. There's what's called formal and informal. Formal is in French the vous, vous, right? V-O-U-S. And what that means is it can be one or two things. Vous can either mean it's formal, so comment vous appelez-vous was what you do if you're asking your teacher, or maybe it's your friend's parent that you're meeting for the first time, or maybe it's you're at a restaurant and it's your waiter. You would want to be formal, so you would use vous. Comment vous appelez-vous? Quel âge avez-vous? Right? It can also hold on, I lost my train of thought for 1 second. It can also mean a group of people, meaning in the third person, I'm talking about you, vous. So if I'm talking to 3 students of mine, I would say, comment vous appelez-vous? Now I'm talking to more than one. I'm not including myself. So it's comment vous appelez-vous? And then each one will respond, je m'appelle Christophe, je m'appelle Cheyenne, je m'appelle Dominique, et voilà. And it would just go like that. So that's vous. Tu is used with people around the same age. So let's pretend you're meeting one of your friends from another high school and you haven't seen each other in a while, or maybe you're meeting one of your friends' friends from another high school. Then it would be like I did in dialogue, you would use comment t'appelles-tu, and you would use the form, you would use tu. So comment t'appelles-tu? Tu. Or quel âge as-tu? Right? And that's informal. So there's different forms. So we have a couple different things going on. We have je, we have tu, We have il or elle. We have nous, vous, and il, elle, pluriel. Right? Now we haven't done all of these yet necessarily. Je, tu, but it's informal, not formal. Il, elle would be if I'm talking about, il or elle, like another person, in terms of il being he, elle, she. Nous would be, if we were all together, nous. So, nous sommes américains. Vous, I just went over vous. It could be either formal, if you're talking to somebody that's formal, or it also could be if you're talking to a group of people but you're not included. And il ou elle is the same exact as il ou elle, but it's plural. Il pluriel, elle pluriel. Now, it's kind of weird is for the masculine, even if it's plural, even if there's 1 billion females and 1 male, it's still masculine in French. C'est bizarre, je sais. D'accord? Alors, so a few grammar tactics that I want to make sure I go over. Alright? Ça va. Just like in English, when you walked to school this morning, some of you probably said, hey, what's up? Some of you probably said, oh, good morning. Some of you probably said, oh man, what's up? Or how you doing? Or what'd you do last night? Or anything like that. Same thing in French. There's more than one way to say, what's up? So, you know, ça va bien. The other way you could ask is, comment vas-tu? Or, comment allez-vous? We have two. We have comment vas-tu and comment allez-vous. Notice, tu being informal, vous being formal. When would you use something like comment vas-tu? With your friends or with someone around your same age. When would you use comment allez-vous? With a teacher, with some sort of business interview or job interview, or anytime you would typically speak formally to somebody. And with comment vas-tu and comment allez-vous, you wouldn't say je suis bien. There you use aller. So je, instead of saying, if someone asks you comment vas-tu or comment allez-vous, you would answer je vais bien. Because you're now using a different verb. Je vais bien. Only if someone says ça va, you still say ça va bien, ça va comme ci comme ça, ou ça va mal. But if someone asks you comment vas-tu or comment allez-vous, then you would answer with je vais bien, or je vais comme ci comme ça, or je vais mal, or je vais très très mal, or je vais très très bien. Just depends on the two. All right. Another quick mini lesson I want to do is on ton et votre. We have two things here, and this is very similar to the tu and vous pronoun, but it's a little bit different. Oh, en texte message, texto. Alors, nous avons ton et votre. Sorry, starting to make sure I write clear enough. Ton et votre. V-O-T-R-E. Ton et votre. D'accord? Ton et votre. Now, if you think about it, though, before I even explain it, you have ton and votre. Ton looks a lot like what? Tu. And votre looks a lot like vous. Right? So you can use what I said before. So ton is probably going to be used with informal, whereas votre is going to be used with either plural or formal. Right? So if I was asking your principal what her phone number was, I would want to say, quel est votre numéro de téléphone? And it would look like that. Quel est votre numéro de téléphone? And that would be formal, right? If I was asking one of my friends that were my age, or somebody that I knew or some sort of connection, and we were informal, then you would use ton. Quel est ton numéro de téléphone? D'accord? Pardon, excusez-moi. Alors, so we have quel est ton numéro de téléphone? So formal, informal. Teachers, bosses, parents, grandparents, friends, friends of friends around your same age, or family if you are or really close to that family member. Now, if it's like some aunt that you've never seen, you would use vous, because it's formal. D'accord? Alors, two more things, and then we're done. So I know the video's getting a little long, but again, it's going to help you really understand the main parts of what's going on. So two quick questions for you. Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Quelle est la date aujourd'hui? Et on est quel jour? On est quel jour? We have quelle est la date? And here you can look for the cognate. We have date. D-A-T-E. Date, which looks like what? Date. So we know we can answer with the date. All right, so aujourd'hui, we would say c'est le 19 septembre. C'est le 19 septembre. And what you notice is in French, the number comes first. You don't say it's the 19th. You don't say it's September 19th. In French, you say c'est le 19 septembre. So the number always comes first in French, right? On est quel jour is close to quelle est la date, but it's with the day. So we have, starting with le weekend, we'll start with lundi, lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi, et le week-end, samedi, dimanche. Dimanche, samedi, voilà, ça c'est le weekend. And then the weekday is lundi, mardi, mercredi, jeudi, vendredi. That's the week, right? A couple other things, just a few ways to say goodbye, which I'm going to do now with this video. So I could say au revoir, meaning au revoir, like au revoir. I could say à bientôt. À bientôt is like see you soon. I could say à demain. À demain means mardi, so I would see you tomorrow. À demain. Now, depending on what day it is, if I knew I was aujourd'hui c'est lundi, it's Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday, I could say au revoir à mardi. Au revoir à mardi means like goodbye, see you Tuesday, or à mercredi, or à jeudi, depending on the day. The only other thing is the verb venir. If I were to ask the question, d'où viens-tu? D'où viens-tu? Excusez-moi. D'où viens-tu? We have the question, d'où viens-tu? You have to know what the verb venir means. And if you need to know what the verb venir means, look it up, because I'm sure it's in one of your modules, or you can use online. The verb venir. V-E-N-I-R. Venir. D'accord? What you have to start knowing how to do is conjugating. Just like in French, or just like in English, the word to go. Right? You don't say I to go to the store, he to go to the store, she to go to the store, we to go to the store. You change it. I go, he goes, she goes, they go, we go, you go. Same thing's happening in French with the verb venir. Right? So I want you to look up the verb venir, because you will need to know it. Je, tu, il, elle, nous, vous, and il. And then what you'll do is you'll look at the word venir. I suggest you go to a website called Word Reference. Wordreference.com. It's wordreference.com. What you can do is you go to the little space bar, you type in venir, the verb venir, and then click on conjugator. It'll show you how to change it, because the verb venir means to come from, or to come. So in this case, you would say if I said d'où viens-tu, if I say d'où viens-tu, I would say je viens de Gettysburg. D'où viens-tu? Je viens de Gettysburg. If I was from San Francisco, someone says d'où viens-tu, I would say je viens de San Francisco. If you're from France, Paris, d'où viens-tu? Je viens de Paris. Right? That's the verb venir. And make sure you know how to change it, because it is different. Like, je viens de Paris, tu viens de Paris, il vient de Paris, elle vient de Paris, nous venons de Paris, vous venez de Paris, et ils, elles viennent de Paris. So it changes. So make sure you look that up. Hopefully this video helps. It has a lot of stuff in it, but it's a little long, so I suggest you watch it. Take some notes, because it's stuff that's really, it's pretty much trying to sum up all of Unit 1. and hopefully it'll make things easier for you. And I know it's a little long, but I said take some notes, and hopefully it'll help you be more prepared for Unit 1. Alors donc, au revoir, bonne nuit, et à demain.